Hey guys, I'm Lonnie.
And I'm Thomas.
We're Cardiknox, and we're going to show you some of the gear that we use when we play live. I will start by showing you this here lovely mic stand. It is bedazzled. Subtlety is my specialty. And I sing on a Telefunken M80, or I call her the Telefunky lady. She's real pretty, and she sounds great. Thomas?
Here's two of my guitars. This is a Fender Strat, Eric Johnson model. See his little logo there. This is more in this rare creamy gold color. I use Diodario strings. I like a heavier gauge. These are 12s. Sometimes I even go for 13s. My background's like in rock music, so I just kind of grew up playing on heavier gauge. I also use, this one's really worn down, but Clayton picks, and I like to use bass picks that have these 3 corners that you can use, so you kind of always have one in case something happens. The pickups and everything are stock in it. I like to stay on the middle pickup selector setting. I actually kind of came up much more as a Gibson player, and have more recently got into the Fender sound, and so when I accidentally hit this when I'm playing, it's just a little too Fendery for me. So I like to stay middle, which is still a great Fender sound and everything. And actually this tone knob has been rewired to be a roll-off for the treble, and so I keep it at about a 5, and it just it takes a little bit of the cut out of it, so it's a little warmer sounding. So yeah, great guitar. I really love it. And this guitar is a Gibson Les Paul, and Gibson has this Collector's Choice series where they basically remake really great vintage guitars. And our producer of our record, John Shanks, has an insane guitar collection, and his is number 7 in the Collector's Choice. He has a 1960 Les Paul. This is a remake of that, down to every little scratch and wear and everything. And he has lent this to me to use on tour. You can see all this wear is all remade to look exactly like his. And this is actually the first prototype that they sent him to show. This is, we remade your guitar. And so he made a few changes, and he said, oh, you should change this and do this and all that. But he actually likes the prototype now more than the one that actually came out. And so he's letting me borrow this, and it's an awesome guitar. It just sounds beautiful, and it's my own 1960 Les Paul, even though it's not. I love the sound of this guitar. I use this guitar when we're playing songs that have a slightly more like a rock edge to them, and just have a little bit, this has just a little bit more gain and a little bit more body than the Strat sound. So I use the Strat on songs where I'm doing a little bit more like finger or palm muting, like plucking stuff, and this for much more like lead lines and just like big chords and stuff like that. And yeah, it's an awesome guitar. I'm a lucky man to be playing it. So this is my pedal board. This is my little tuner, the Poly Tune, which is a very awesome little tuner. You can hit all the strings at once, and it'll show you which ones are out of tune. I'm going to go up here because this is where the signal goes next. This is a Timmy Overdrive pedal by Paul Cochran. This is a Vemuram Shanks pedal, and both of these I leave on for my whole show. They just add like a little bit of gain and a little bit of like kind of twinkle to the guitar tone. And throughout the show I'll adjust like the gain on them a little bit depending on songs, but both of them I can roll off some of the bass or some of the treble. That's kind of like my stock sound, is with both of these on. Then we have the Strymon Ola chorus and vibrato pedal, which I use on a lot of our songs. I do stereo guitar amps on stage, and so this is a stereo pedal. So it gives a nice width to the sound to have the chorus on. This here is the Nano Big Muff by Electro Harmonics, which I use for some of my heavier lead lines, or I have a song that just needs a really, really distorted sound, and so I use that, but I also have to use it in tandem with this MXR noise clamp, because when I have this on, but I'm not playing, it's just like crazy loud noise, and so I I use this noise clamp to gate the sound and cut out all that noise when I'm not playing. Here I have another electro harmonics pedal, the POG2 octave generator. I use it basically for two functions. I use it for a really high sounding, like I do 2 octaves above sound, and I use it for a really low sound, so like 2 octaves below, to get like almost like a bass guitar sound. And when I use the low one, I use that with the big muff to get this really distorted, cool bass sound. Over here I have, actually I'll go here, sorry. Over here I have the Strymon Timeline. I love the Strymon pedals. This is their delay pedal. Again, it's a stereo delay, so I'm coming out stereo from the chorus, coming in stereo, coming back out stereo. And so with my 2 guitar amps on stage, I can have all my delays be ping-ponging. So when you're out in the house, the delays are on the left and the right, and it just adds this really nice width to the sound that I love. So I have this on for most of the songs, even if it's just a really subtle delay, just to give that width. And then we end with the Digitech Hardwire delay pedal, or sorry, reverb pedal, which again is stereo, and I leave it on the modulated reverb for the whole show. I don't really ever change this, and it adds, you can just hear the modulation kind of sweeping across from side to side, and again just really adds a nice twinkly layer to everything. And this is my power supply, which most people probably haven't seen before. It's a Polish company called Yankee, and when I was researching getting a power supply, I came across this one. I just love how it's bright ass red, and it has a ton of outputs, and also over here, it's hard to see, but it has a USB output. And when I get up here, you'll see I use an iPad, and so I can power my iPad straight from this too. And so I love this little tank. It doesn't take up too much space either, as opposed to some of those ones that you see all the way across the whole back of the pedal board. So yeah, that's my pedal board. Compact and powerful. So I'll bring it up here. This is my little key station. I use this to control our tracks that are playing, so it's not on right now, but when it is, all these places where there's words are lit up in different colors to help me know what I'm doing. These are all the different songs, and so I'll start a song. This is basically used for sound check, just to test levels of the bass, kick, snare, percussion, background vocals, our click track. This is to stop everything. This is our meltdown button, in case anything is just going crazy, technology, and you can never trust it, even with like a redundant system, which we have. So if something is just going crazy, rather than having to just cut a song off hard, I've created this whole like atmospheric melting, like decrescendoing thing. So I just hit meltdown, and instead of everything just stopping, at least it's a little bit more musical way to end the song and just try to figure out what needs to be fixed or troubleshot. This is an iPad Air 2. Oh, sorry, this is the Novation Launchpad Pro, by the way. This is an iPad Air 2, which we all are on in-ears, and we mix our own ears. And so this is kind of the master hub. Everybody in the band has, on their iPhone, the ability to control their own mix in their ears, so they don't have to ask anybody off stage in the middle of a song or whatever. They can change a level of something in their ears. So this is my mix that you're seeing. So we have all the live drums, we have the SPD drums, my guitar, we have all our vocals, click track, and all these things. And so it's a really nice way, and you can get in here and do EQs on things, and do compressions and gates and everything, and delays, and it's great. And this is all through the Mackie DL32R, which we use to mix our ears. So lastly, this is just my little keyboard, Korg microcontrol. I don't think they make it anymore. I need to really stock up on a few on eBay, because I love how simple it is. I love the layout. It's like there's so many out there, but this one I just love these faders and knobs, as well as this little 16 pad bank here, and it's just like I don't need a lot of keys. I just like play little parts, and I don't mind the tiny keys. And so I saw that Caribou uses this, and so that's when I gave it a shot, and I just I love it. So I need to pick up a few more, but I use this just for little keyboard parts, and I use these a lot for little percussion parts or vocal samples. And I'll use some of these. I'll map them in Ableton to different effects, like stutter effects or reverb trails and things like that. So yeah.
Hey guys, thanks for checking out our gear. We're Cardiknox. Again, check out our album Portrait. It's out everywhere. And Wild Child with a new video that was just released. Thanks for hanging.
Bye-bye.
Bye.